Ira Epstein of Linn and Associates with your metals market update, and this is for Tuesday, and we're right now at June 25th, 2019, just getting on to 5:05 p.m. Central Daylight Time, which means we're already into Wednesday's trade session. Now, the gold market was interesting. If you watched it going into the 12:30 p.m. settlement time, that is when settlement's determined in the metal markets. The market just came marching down hard from the 1240s and got to about unchanged on the day. I don't know if somebody was coming out or what. The market then spent the rest of the day recovering up about $5-6 from that time frame, and that's what you're seeing on the open here. Copper market still down, caught in between everybody waiting to see the Friday beginning of the G20 meeting, and that's what we're all dealing with. No one knows where this is going. Today, China cut off meat imports from Canada. Any meat import from Canada now stopped right at the Chinese border. So things pick up and they take on their own life. As you know, that's a lot of that. It was about the Huawei, I think the second in command at Huawei, that is in their basically house arrest, if you want to call it that, in Canada. So the U.S. is trying to get her. We'll see if that subject comes up when Presidents Trump and Xi get together. The stock indices fell back a bit today. The dollar a little stronger, and a mixed day in most of the metals. Bitcoin, very strong day, finished up strong. You're at 11,500. This market has gone up from the $3,000 level in December rather dramatically. Now, as we take a look at a weekly chart of closes, you're up $18 for the week so far. That's not bad at all in the first 2 days of trading. When we take a look at a daily bar chart, you can see how the market is pulled back from the range of today. Now, realize, I know I'm talking on Tuesday, but remember, this is Wednesday's range that is coming in. And you can see what this market did. It settled basically unchanged on the day after being sharply higher. As we take a look at the swing line, you still have the pattern of higher lows and higher highs. The market has still got the 18-day average of closes way down here at 1359. I am not saying the market's going back to that number. I'm just saying where the support is. It keeps the bias up. And what I think the market's trying to do is get itself back underneath the upper Bollinger Band. If we take a look at the settlement, today the market finished at 1418.70, which was above the Bollinger Band. You did the same yesterday, the day before, that's 3 days. And on this day you settled at 1396.90 above that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row of settlement over the upper Bollinger Band. You're at about that 1 percentile range where the market will stay over it again. It's getting to the right of it does not mean you have to break much. It's just that I think the market's going to drift under that band at this point. And momentum is still bullish because you have the embedded reading. So lose the embedded reading, then we've got something to talk about. Don't lose it, and I just see the pros on pullback still buying in this market. When we come to GLD, the popular ETF, same thing. It settled over the upper Bollinger Band. Let me come back to it. I should be able to move here. Over it. Day before, you can see that the market was over it at 133.94 over the upper Bollinger Band, over it there, and over it here. So you've got your 4 days in a row. We'll see if it can stay over that. Now, the market that was surprising to me was how weak GDX got, the miners. This market had been running that band, and now you get a key reversal outside day down. It's a key reversal because it's the highest high of a leg to the upside. It's the highest high we've had recently. It's a key reversal because it took out both the highs and the lows of yesterday and closed at 25.63 underneath the open and lower on the day. Everything fits into that. So where could it go? Well, if it wanted to drop a lot, we'd see that coming out of the slow stochastic getting back under 80. Support's down at 23.49, which is still above the last break low. I'm not saying it has to go there. That's a big break. That's $2 from here. I'm saying the market probably entered a stall period. The gold-silver ratio, what can I tell you? Silver just can't get a break against the gold market. And now the silver market's got a new pattern of lower highs and a lower low. So it's not like gold with an embedded reading. It's just an overbought market. They got up to the upper Bollinger Band. What was potentially resistance at the 100-day average of closes is likely to offer some support if it's challenged on the way down. Whether we get to the 18-day average again, can't answer that. I think a lot's going to depend on how the G20 goes. Right now, no one knows where we're at. Will the two presidents send their negotiators back? If they do, will there be conditions to it? Don't know. I mean, you'd love to be the fly in the room, but we're not going to be. In the copper, the resistance is coming in at the upper Bollinger Band in an overbought market that stepped out of the downtrend into an uptrend, but has hit upside targets. I guess if you had some really bullish news out of the U.S.-China trade talks, this market could be looking at the 100-day average. Get some really bearish news, why can't you be going back into the 260 level? In the platinum market, the market is hung up at the 18-day average of close. It just seems to be stuck here. I'll give the nod to the bulls because you've got the swing line up with higher lows, higher highs, but prices are right now under the 18-day average. I'll give them the nod, but you're looking at any point like you can just stall out here. In the Palladium market, another strong close, as you can see, up on the day, $4. Not the highest high of the day, but still a good strong close. $10 off the day's high. Pulling back a little tonight, but like the gold, it's got that embedded reading, and when you convert the slow stochastic from being overbought or oversold to what's called embedded, where both numbers are going sideways, either over 80 or under 20, it's a powerful sign until it runs out of momentum. In the dollar index, what you did is you got down, you can see yesterday, actually you can come to this day. On this day you got as low as 95.64, just missing the lower Bollinger Band. You don't have to hit the Bollinger Band. It did it the next day, and today the big reversal from there. On the way back up, I would be surprised if you don't encounter stiff resistance if you can get up to 96.23 to 96.42. A lot of traders are talking that this market has seen an important peak in it because of what the Fed did. I watched the Fed talk today, and I was watching Mr. Policy with, I think, from the Council for Foreign Relations, and I've got to tell you, he's really concerned about trade, big time. And if these trade talks don't go well, then the question is, what does the Fed do? If they go well, what does the Fed do? I'm telling you, everybody's watching, and it's all going to happen this weekend. So get yourself ready. It's going to get very exciting, and you got to read through the talk, because the talk is, well, the two presidents got together, they were good friends, they blah, blah. The real question is, do the trade negotiators go back, and from what point, if they go back, do the trade talks pick up? If it's back to square one, we probably put our trade negotiators there. They spend some nice time, that's the way to say it, respectful, and then the trade breaks up. If they pick up where they left off, that could be a whole different thing. We're all going to be on the pins and needles. And we'll be writing about it because it is the weekend, and a lot of you don't get a lot of research from brokers over the weekend. We will be writing about it. So if you're interested in any of these different categories, you don't have to take all of our research or take a look at it. You pick the categories you might like, and away you go. Now, I write a lot on the financial in my news report. So if you're interested in the financial part, the metals and so on, that's where I come in for a lot of these, and you'd have to ask for a trial to my newsletter. But it's all through here. How do you get this? It's simple. You can go to our website at www.iraepstein.com. You'll see our carousel of free offers. Choose what you want from there. You can always call my staff, and they'll cherry pick it for you. At the end, if you see this icon, you can click that. It'll take you right to our homepage where you choose everything. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.